Odell, I'm going to go back to that catch, 2014. I'm sure you've been asked about it 1,000 times. How did that impact your life?
It was a blessing and a curse, you know. At one instant, you know, it changed my life forever. Overnight, it allowed me to be able to, do all the things that I'm capable of doing now, and brings in a lot of business and deals and money and all those things. On the other hand, it took away that bit of privacy that I try to protect so much about. You're already a public figure or public person, and then that happens, and it just was never the same. So truly, there's nothing I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't take it back. But the moment, I feel like it, made my whole career about that one moment, or like I said, it was a blessing and a curse. Yeah. It's truly one of the most beautiful moments in my life. But also, just knowing that I'm more than just that one moment.
Sometimes you see you in the spotlight, fans are screaming your name in training camp. When you went to Germany and you get absolutely mobbed, and you embrace it in the moment. Mm-hmm. Is there a part of you inside that's like, this is a bit much as well?
Yeah, for sure. I've had this conversation recently, and I was like, you can't prepare somebody for fame. Like, no matter how you were raised, your principles, your morals, you can't prepare what a person is going to feel from the fame and all of those things. And just, someone like me, like I'm, very chill, like the spotlight, like it's cool, but then, once it's off, like I'm just how I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely do remember that Germany moment, and that was pretty special to me. Just being there, kid crying, kids following me on the bikes for
crazy,
miles, and I was like, pull the car over because they were, riding, chasing the car. So it's truly, truly a blessing. Everything that God has provided me with has been a huge blessing.
It is one of those, I think when I look at it, I saw you in training camp and all the kids are screaming your name and people in my line of work, media, they might talk about you in positive tones, negative tones. Mm. But you have one. If the kids are screaming your name and people are running down the street in Germany after you, you're doing something right. For sure. No matter what people like me say.
And it's not to be like that. It's like I feel like, us as humans, everybody wants to be liked. Nobody wants to be disliked. But I think once you get hung up on trying to be liked or trying, to always please everybody, you're in a game that you'll forever lose. You'll never be able to win that game. So I just had to realize, myself, I always talk about the hand sanitizer kills 99.9% of germs. Like, there's always going to be just a little bit, no matter how positive you want to have your mindset, or no matter what. So it's unfortunate, that is the business that we're in. Everyone's open to criticism, and that's just the reality, the nature of it. So for me, I don't get caught up in it too much anymore. My biggest advice to the people who, are receiving criticism or anything of that matter is, like, if you can't handle it, don't read it.
Right. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're gonna talk good about you one week, talk bad about you the next week. It's just how it is.
You've had to learn to be in and out of the spotlight. You're in the spotlight of catching a touchdown in the Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl, and then we've talked about this before, where you're on your own working to get back. Coming back, do you really appreciate this game afresh?
Absolutely. I still catch myself, and just being honest, I still catch myself on days, certain days where you just got to dig deep, or you don't necessarily have it, and just to know, like, it's okay, like, it's just a day. Don't let them stack up. So as much as I've appreciated it and tried to keep the best mentality and all of those things, I'm still human. At the end of the day, there's still going to be some bad days. There's still going to be, good days.
Yep.
It's just kind of trying to maintain an even keel level, and never too high, never too low kind of thing.
You've said you were very excited to be with the Baltimore Ravens. How's that been the first few weeks? Seeing Lamar up close now, day in and day out in practice. First of all, start with Lamar.
It's just crazy. He's somebody who I've watched for the longest time. Always, I remember catching myself, seeing him run and catching me watching him, and like, oh man, I got to block.
Fan.
You know what I mean? I got to go block for him. But he's everything that he's worth all the money in the world. He's a one of a kind. And for me, when I was looking at teams, it just was something very intriguing about the Ravens. And it hasn't been the start and everything that I wanted to, but the season's long. Right. It really is a long season, and anything can happen. I think it's just about keeping your head down, staying focused, and just trying to get better each and every day, and put one foot in front of the other, and see where that takes you.
Yeah, the record's 3-2, so there's been some ups and downs. You've been in and out as well. Do you think you're better equipped to deal with adversity like that now, as you get more years under your belt?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's more years. I mean, it could be. I think it's just the journey that I've had.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, it's still not easy. Don't ever get me don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like I'm worked my ass off to be out on the field and then to have like a small setback. It's just unfortunate, but now we're starting to try to ramp up and get back to where I know that I can be at, and I'm just excited, man. You just got to try and block out any kind of noise.
Yeah.
Just take it a day at a time.
What's it like having a young receiver like Zay Flowers, who I'm sure looks up to you, and again, this is something you now have become and grown into, is a mentor to some of these guys, right?
Yeah. I definitely would say one of the biggest things for me on my side is knowing that I got to watch my energy or the things that I do or say, or how, it's not just me. And if, when I was younger, and you could be a little more frustrated or, things of that matter. Whereas now, like, I know that someone else is watching. I know I'm a part of his journey. I know that I'll be able to leave him with, things that he could take along on his journey. So I just know that it's so much bigger than me. It always has been, but when you're a little older and you're the guy that, the older guy in the room, it's definitely more that I gotta, just watch and be mindful of.
What do you think of the growth of the game in the UK and playing now again in London? I don't know if you remember after your rookie year, we did a wide receiver masterclass out there. Do you remember?
I remember being in this indoor when I think it had just opened up, and it was in the summer.
That's right.
And it was one of the hottest.
Yeah.
It was around one of the hottest times, and this little thing in here gets pretty hot.
Yeah.
So
it's come a long way.
It's come a long way, and I think it's only going to grow and continue to grow and get better. So I definitely think that it's very exciting. I went to a football game, a few of them before, and just seeing the fans, the energy, the atmosphere. I always was like, man, if American football had this, it would be pretty crazy. So it's definitely exciting.
What about Sunday then? You looking forward to
I
running
remember
out?
When I came out the first time we played, it was like everyone was in, their team's jersey that they loved and represented, but still went to the game. So I thought that was pretty cool. It felt like not like a Pro Bowl or something, but it felt, it just was different. I remember we were playing the Rams, and I was at the Giants, and I seen a bunch of Dolphins jerseys or a bunch of Jets, So it's pretty cool to see how far it's come and how much it's grown, and how much further it's gonna go.
Family gonna be there?
My mom's here. My pop's passport is, it's a little sticky situation. So my mom's gonna make it out, and that's pretty special to me.
Yeah, and just lastly, you became a father this year as well, and does that change your perspective on the game, having your boy now know?
Yeah, for sure.
One day he'll know who you are as a player, won't he? Yeah,
for sure. It definitely, if I didn't have any incentive to leave my mark, it definitely, gives me that, and just being able to, be strong-willed and a great role model for him, even through the tough times and the good times. So it's just somebody I just want to make him proud, and definitely having a kid changes your perspective on a lot of things anyway. So it's it's probably the biggest blessing in my life, and every time I think about him or see pictures or videos, or when I'm with him in person, it just brings joy to my heart.
Let's hope you can show him a touchdown in London.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.